Oh, this is a unscheduled midnight run. I don't think I threw that in the title. So, because this is a unscheduled midnight run, I think I should add that to the title. Hello, NKSG. Hello, that is sudden. I know, right? Unscheduled. This was not planned. Are we doomed? Not quite. Give me a few seconds here. I didn't plan this out. This is very spontaneous. I was feeling the groove, the rhythm in which I live my life by. I think I should probably put Midnight Run. Yes. So give me a few seconds. I'm going to wait, and then we'll have some fun, right? Midnight Run. I love it. I dig it. All right. I added the Midnight Run to the title. I'm sorry. This is very unplanned, unscheduled, but I was feeling the vibe because I was off today, and I was eavesdropping into a lot of live streams today, and there was a lot of chatter. Yeah, a lot of chatter. All right, let's get this out of here. All right. NKSG, since you were the first one, where are you? Are you in the East Coast? Are you on the other side of the world? Where are you? I know single songwriters out in the East Coast. I know that, so you don't have to check in. Yoda Pagoda. I don't think we'll be separate from Hong Kong sales for much longer. Yoda, where are you in this planet Earth? Are you here in the U.S.? Are you in the UK, Europe, Asia? Check in. I need a few check-ins here before it's 3 p.m. here. Oh, NKSG, then you are on the other side of the world. You are in Asia, Hong Kong, Japan, China. Greetings from Georgia. Christopher Fielding, very nice. We've got a few check-ins here. Massachusetts, the spaceship state. I thought that was Florida. I thought Florida was the spaceship state. I thought Massachusetts was the expensive tax state. You guys are still paying for that big dig over there, aren't you? Ooh. So, UK, there you go. Singapore. Very cool. Very cool. Let's go back to Yoda. I don't think we'll be separated for Hong Kong sellers for much longer. You never were. You never really were separated from Hong Kong sellers, resellers, right? You're referring to resellers. So there's a big difference there. Big difference there. We build the parts here. Oh, check you out. You're pulling out the fine print. Yes, massive. So, you're going to get me to rant about NASA. This video is not about NASA. So, during the space shuttle, during the Apollo missions and so forth, all the United States needed to help, right? They needed to chip in with taxes and so forth. So all the senators within the United States says, hey, if we're going to be spending billions and trillions on the Saturn V and spaceship, we want some of those parts built in our states so that we can benefit from jobs and so forth. So that's what it is. All right, no more NASA. Don't get me ranting about NASA. All right, this is about 12 a.m. JB Collection. Hello, JB Collection. Hello. 12 a.m. in Cali. What do you guys want to talk about? Huh? Oh, and I got special. I spoke to Optical 20. So this is part 2. This is the end. I watched his live stream. So he got me jazzed up. The end of Hong Kong sellers. And had a nice little chat with him. And, we talked about, there's always two sides to a story, right? The whole big drama about Toys Wonderland, its website going down and boo-hoo, I guess, right? We should be sympathetic to their cause, right? That's what I understand. My take is, from listening to a lot of these videos, and I think Optical 20 did probably the best job playing devil's advocate. I thought compared to the other streams that I saw, I thought he was pretty good, because there is always two sides to a story, So, and when I got wind of it earlier today, a lot of birds tend to whisper in my ear. So I didn't need the little birds chipping in my ear to kind of understand the logistics of how retail works, distribution rights, licensing. So let me, I think I'm going to start with that. Is this the end of Hong Kong sellers? So let's start that. Oh, catching a live one from Hello Manchester, 8:10 a.m. It is 12:09 here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Hot Toys should make their own website to sell their figures. That I would agree with. There is a few toy companies that already do that. Hasbro, 1000 Toys, one of my favorite Japanese toy companies. And since we're in Japan, Prime One Studios, they do sell their statues direct, but they do have licensing agreements with distributors in certain parts of the world. So that's really what I think we need to understand is what a license and distribution means. And I think once we understand that, then I think we as toy collectors, we can then make our own educated decisions as to who's at fault. Long story short, they're both at fault, but it's tricky. It's really, really, really tricky. So we have Hot Toys off a secret base, Hong Kong-based company, and their pre-ordering system is very, I think, my opinion, is very antiquated. It's very, very dated. They have implemented measurements to curb the reselling aspect because there is money to be made on certain Hot Toy characters that can be flipped really quick for some bucks, right? That's American capitalism at its finest, where I can go to Target, I can go to Walmart, and I can buy a Star Wars Black Series because I got lucky. Oh, cool! I got Commander, I don't know, Cody, and he's trending really big on eBay. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sell my Cody. All right. There's really nothing wrong with that. The difference is that I walked into a Target, the figure was sitting on the shelf, I picked it up, and I decided to resell it. It gets tricky there, right? It gets really, really tricky once you understand some of the rules that are in play. Lego does direct. Yes, Lego does do direct. So what's happening, from my understanding, and if somebody else wants to kind of correct me or educate me, I'm all for it, because I always like to look at both sides of the story. Toys Wonderland has their own individual, I guess, employees or staff or people they pay off. I don't know, family, relatives. I've been told it's anybody, because you can purchase a figure while standing in line directly from Secret Base as a day one pre-order, and then you can purchase it there, and then you can resell it. The difference is that it's not so much. This is where the fine line gets really tricky. It's not like Toys Wonderland walked into Secret Base and the figures were sitting on the shelf, sort of as extra stock. So if Toys Wonderland had employees that walked into Secret Base and they had shelves of merchandise that was in stock, it would be different, right? But they're essentially running an operation where they are generating revenue on pre-orders. They're representing themselves as a official, right? And they're probably not. And they're probably going to probably dispute this with me. But if you're collecting pre-orders for a figure, you're representing yourself as an official licensed distributor. So that's once you understand that, you're collecting money, you're holding someone's money for a pre-order that you're gonna ship once that product gets delivered. So does that make sense? Does that they have the runners that collect the pre-order slips? Exactly. They have the runners that collect the pre-order slips. It's not like the merchandise is sitting on a shelf where I can walk in and I can take it and then I can sell it to you. You're essentially representing yourself as an official distributor of Hot Toys because you're collecting pre-orders. That's where the problem lies right there, right? That's where it is. It's not like if I walked into a Target or Walmart and I bought a box of vintage collected figures and now I'm selling it on eBay or I'm running my own store, because you can do that. But it's a little bit different there. So hello, Texas. There. So, okay, cool. So let's assume it is Sideshow. We're all going to pretend it is Sideshow that is going after them. Sideshow has had a history of doing this with other resellers, right? They're paying a licensing fee for distribution rights for a licensed product. That's honestly all you need to understand. They have a license. I'm licensed to sell this, but this other Joe Schmo is collecting pre-orders and he gets to sell it and he's not paying for the licensing. And he's selling that figure for a marked up price because of a convenience, because that figure is now being delivered to them. No. Nope. That's where the problem lies. I think if they were a licensed distributor, I'm sure they do, or if they represented themselves probably in a more transparent manner, it'd be a little bit different. It would be probably a little bit different. So it's clearly Sideshow. And I'm no big fan of Sideshow. I've gone on multiple live streams here and I've mentioned I am sick of Sideshow's expensive shipping fees and their taxes. Can't stand them. Majority of my pre-orders sit with Alter Ego Comics. Local comic book shop. Wisconsin. I don't know. They're out in the Midwest, but they are one of the licensed resellers through Sideshow. Right? They get their merchandise from Sideshow, so then they are then licensed to sell the merchandise to me. My benefit is the heck with Sideshow, right? Sideshow is charging me shipping and tax. Alter Ego is a local comic book shop out in the Midwest, and I get to pre-order it through them, and I don't have to pay tax and I don't have to pay shipping. The biggest catch is that it does take an extra few more weeks, right? A few more weeks to get the IG-11. The IG-11 that my buddies got 3 weeks ago on Sideshow, I now ended up getting it. Oh, they got the figure early before me. Oh, woe was me. It's the end of the world. I'm going to go jump in front of a bus because my buddy, he's probably going to listen to this. My buddy Sean got the IG. Oh, because he got it early. Folks, listen to me. Getting your figures super early and paying that premium is the quickest way of tapping out. I promise you. I've lost contact with a lot of friends in the hot toy community that they've essentially tapped out, and I no longer talk to them because we just don't have anything else in common. They moved on to something else. They got in trouble with their partner, their wife, or something. It is the quickest way to tap out. We have 40 plus Star Wars figures that are going to be dropping in the next under 2 years. There is no reason for any of us to be that anxious to get this figure that early. Trust me, it fizzles out. It's cool and fun in the beginning. That excitement and joy fizzles out completely. So I try to live by logic. And so when I hear other people, when I hear other streamers, which I do love, I'm not going to mention any names, but you know who I'm talking about, when I hear other streamers talk about, oh, it's outrageous what Sideshow is doing. Oh, the heck with them. I know what I'll do. I'll teach Sideshow a lesson. Oh, cancel my pre-order through them, and I'll spend more and I'll buy through another Hong Kong retailer just to teach them a lesson. No, that's how you tap out. That's how you tap out. Yeah, you're not teaching anybody a lesson by canceling your Sideshow pre-order and going through a Hong Kong reseller to teach them a lesson. No. No. There's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff to collect. There's a lot of toys. There's a lot of, and I'm telling you, the first few years, and I was guilty of it. I will confess to you, I was very guilty that I want to pay that extra premium to get that stuff. In the end, when you start to run the numbers and you start to run, and start to balance the books, it does not make any sense. It still does not make any sense to day one pre-order a figure or a product unless you set out to cast a vote, right? Cast a vote. What do I mean by that? The Justice League 2-pack, right? Justice League 2-pack with the black suit and the Nightmare Batman. That was probably the last thing because I only have 4 items pre-order through Sideshow. I only keep Sideshow around for exclusives. But I did cast my vote for that 2-pack Nightmare Batman because I know that they look at those numbers. I know those numbers are really, really important to Sideshow. So things like that. The armor, there's certain things that if you really want to cast your opinion, great. But if you're going out there just because you're excited and you're clicking day one pre-orders, no, I mean, you can pre-order 4 or 5 items, and then once you add up all those non-refundable deposits, you've essentially purchased a figure that you're not going to get for a couple of years. It just doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Certainly won't be saving money through Hong Kong resellers. Now, I do buy through Hong Kong resellers. I buy when something's in stock and I see a bargain. I'm all about clipping that coupon. I'm all about the deal. And every now and then, right, I do. I like G and Toys. I like KG Hobby. I typically use them for kit bashing and Feist and so forth like that. But when it comes to hot toys, every now and then, like I bought Rocket, which was discounted. Rocket was discounted on KG Hobby, and I think I ended up scoring a deal at retail for rescue suit. So I do have a rescue suit that I purchased, but it was stock that was sitting on the shelf that I purchased when I did the numbers, and it's on its way. So something like that, great. But to pre-order something from a retailer, a Hong Kong retailer that has that really doesn't care about your best interest. When a figure retails for $400 and they have it marked up for $550 as an example, or some ridiculous amount, but so that you can get it 30 to 45 days early, is preposterous. It's outrageous. It's complete malpractice. That company does not have your best interest. And it would be no shocking as to why the customer service is probably one of the things it's poor customer service it's associated with. They have no vested interest in your needs as a toy collector. Now, I get annoyed with Sideshow collectibles. I do. Very little I buy from them, but I will say that their customer service is top notch, next level. It really is. The only other customer service I get that's unbeatable is the owner from Alter Ego. When I send him an email and I complain about something, he usually responds to me right away, same day. And he usually will address any concerns I have. So these aren't $20 action figures. These are really expensive pieces here. And it is a slippery slope to fall down when you're getting shown all these wonderful and pretty items from Hot Toys. It really is. But when I started collecting Hot Toys years ago, it feels like years ago, a lot of the YouTubers that I went up against who were reviewing Hot Toy figures are no longer doing it. I'm not going to mention any names, but you know who I'm referring to. A lot of them tapped out. Yeah. A lot of them did tap out. What do we have here? Let's take a. I'm ordering the Quill and the Blurg through Sideshow because my rewards are going to save me some money, at least $100. I agree. Okay, cool. I wouldn't pre-order that though. I wouldn't. We don't know when that's going to drop. I would honestly wait on that. Pay more, but you'll get them sooner than waiting for Sideshow. And why is that important? You'll get them sooner. This is the logic. You're paying more, 30, 50, $100. Has anybody not been listening to me? We have 40 plus Star Wars pre-orders en route that's about to hit our atmosphere. That's about to pulverize us. But we're spending extra money to get it. We can wait. Trust me, we can wait. It's not that serious. You folks need to calm down. Listen to me, and I'll help you build your collection. And if I do my job right, I'll prevent some of you from tapping out. Because that's my biggest fear. A lot of dedicated Star Wars hot toy collectors who entered the scene during the glorious year of 2020, who are mesmerized and wooed and wowed by The Mandalorian. And when these things start to drop, how many of you are going to be able to bet? How many of you are going to be able to commit when you start to get 1, 2, 3 Sideshow notifications? Hey, we're going to drop. Hey, we're going to charge this. Mr. Joe Schmo, we're going to charge you next week. And you start doing this number. you start clutching those pearls because the missus or the mister, it's like, oh my God, I'm going to start getting this. And I got to put this on this card. I put this and I got to make sure I get home because if they see that these boxes and I know I played all that, and you want to make sure that you get home so you can sign for a package so you don't get caught. Luckily, I don't have to play those games anymore. But yes, I was there. Trust me, I was there. People can't wait to have it now. They need to wait. It's not going anywhere. All right. It's not. Unless you're building like a Dungeons and Dragons board and you need the hot toy figures and you need them right away to complete a game, you can wait. Because most of us do is that we unbox them. We grab a whiff of that chemical scent, that plastic, that synthetic polymer, and we sniff it. We test the joints, we add some batteries, and we take a few photos. We post it here, there, and then ends up on the shelf. That's it. So we can wait. I actually, if it is Sideshow that is flexing their muscles, I kind of like that they are doing it. Because they're probably anticipating the same thing that I was anticipating early in the year, and it's a crash. I've been preaching the Chicken Little crash. The sky is falling. These hot toy Star Wars collectors aren't going to step up. They're not going to step up to the plate, and they're not going to be able to bat, and it's going to crash the Star Wars market because we've seen this before. I've seen the history where Hot Toys releases all these pre-orders, and nobody steps up to the plate, and then it gives the wrong signal to Hot Toys. I'm like, hell, these kids aren't stepping up to the bait. Well, the hell with this. We'll swing back to what we know is safe and comfortable. We're going to swing back over to Iron Man or DC because we released 40-something plus figures, and now they're sitting all over Sideshow's website, which it's probably one of the reasons that they're evolving with the little self timer, the little countdown 5-day timer, which it doesn't scare me. It's an ingenious marketing tactic for them to add a countdown timer to stir up pre-orders, but those powers, those Jedi powers just don't work on me. And I know a lot of people get worried and they run around spilling tea, coffee, clutching pearls. But those little 5-day, that's clever. I go, oh, that's cool, Sideshow. That's a clever little marketing, little 5-day technique that you're using. But that doesn't work on me. I haven't been in this game this long to fall for that. But we are in a different playground, right? We're in a different environment. A lot of retailers perished in 2020. If you do not evolve, right, in this ever-changing retail landscape, you need to evolve very quickly. You have to be like the Borg. You have to be able to adapt. And I actually applaud Sideshow on that. Like, you guys need to be a little bit aggressive. It's getting really competitive out there. And never say never, you know. I never thought for a million years that Toys R Us would ever file bankruptcy. I never thought in a million years that Sears would be gone. I remember buying things off of the Sears toy catalog in the 90s. That was my favorite thing to do. The Sears toy. You kids don't even probably even know what's he talking about. The Sears, you know, Christmas catalog. Are you kidding? Oh my God, that's 1980s. That's late 1980s. Having that Sears catalog and begging grandma. I mean, that Sears controlled the shipping world, the mail-in order. That's what Sears did. But Sears did not pivot quick enough, and Amazon overtook them. We've seen this countless with a lot of retailers, especially in this last 10 years, this ever-changing landscape with digital streaming and so forth. So you have to be aggressive. You have to be really aggressive in this landscape. So, you know, I'm still not going to give majority of my money to Sideshow. I'm still then into their alter ego, but I can see why they need to, because, like I said, Master Replicas went out of business last year. What's the other one? Chronicle Collectibles, another statue company. I mean, it's a very aggressive market. This market that we're in, we're essentially buying expensive toys, expensive action figures, and the winner, you know, can benefit from the spoils. So, yeah, there's just, like I said, you shouldn't, if you have an opportunity, you know, shop around as a Hot Toys collector, or even anything, even Iron Studios, just Prime One or anything. Just use some common sense. There's no need for you to get that figure 30 or 40 days earlier and paying a 20-30% markup. It doesn't serve you as a collector any benefit. You're paying a premium on something, and it just doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Oh, did something drop? Did something drop? Thor is out. We're NKSG. I'm assuming that it's the fat Thor, right? The fat Thor dropped. Yeah, I'll wait for him to go on clearance. I don't think he's going to be selling out anytime soon. Heavy single makes me glad I put the pre-order for. Yes, makes me glad. And yeah, pre-orders right now. It is kind of like chess. Fat Thor. Oh, it is right there. You just said it. Fat Thor. Yeah, no, that's not for me. He's not going to end up in my collection. Yeah, these SJW characters, and yeah, they're not going to end up in my collection. Making their cons. I spoke to this. It's a great. It's wonder what's up with Sideshow making their con exclusive time limited. It's just them evolving. It's just them. It's a marketing practice. You can either fall for it, or you can. You know, you can think about it. A lot of those exclusives aren't what is like an extra helmet or a weapon or some hologram little piece. You can wait. I just don't think that stuff is going to sell out. I really don't. What do we have here? Almost all the Star Wars figures that are up for pre-orders will end up in stock. Oh yeah, and then some. Almost. Single songwriter, that's where you want to be careful. Almost all of them will end up in stock and are going to sit. There's going to always be a rare occasion where a certain character will just sell out. Heavy Mandalorian, I can see in the conversations, is a perfect example for that. Impatient mostly. Yes, absolutely. People can't wait. They can wait. It's been 12 months anyway. You've helped me, sir. If you want to build a collection, you have to use the Force and not be susceptible to the Jedi mind tricks out there. You're gonna have to be able to read or see through that cloud of deception. You can wait. Trust me, you can wait. All right. People can wait. No. Let them wait. Yeah. Fat Thor. What do we have here? Yep, Fat Thor. Yeah. No, not getting them. Not getting them. So hopefully, I did my part as playing a little bit, like I said, Devils. It's all about looking for the best bargain. As a Hot Toys collector, it's about shopping for the best bargain. If you were one of the collectors that benefited from a better deal from buying from Toys Wonderland, then I 100% totally respect that. If you felt from where you're living in your region that you felt that you were getting a better deal, then I can see that, because that's one of the things I've always promoted is trying to shop for a better deal. Who's going to give you free shipping? Who's going to give you tax? I'm always going to promote that, always. But from what I saw on the website and doing the math and the shipping and their upcharge, I didn't see any value for a U.S. collector to purchase from them, unless it was dead stock and it was discounted. So we don't need these figures that fast. Trust me, we really don't. Just the other day, we had those. We had the Corsican Guard and Mysterio drop within the same day. That's going to be a 500 plus charge, because I have Mysterio. I pre-ordered that bastard back in 2019 before I left Sideshow. That's how old that pre-order is. So I have Mysterio on pre-order through Sideshow, and I have the Corsican Guard through Alter Ego. So this stuff is going to start to drop and hit within a certain week, and I have to anticipate those charges. So that's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go to Sideshow and get a drink here. What do we have here? Let's see here. Had to grab a drink there. So any of you that caught me on Nate's live stream, I wasn't blown away by anything that was teased from Hot Toys, because this was one of the things that I miss from attending Sideshow Con, Sideshow San Diego, is that I was able to go in person. I was able to experience this firsthand, because you never knew what was going to be made, what was going to be teased, what was going to actually go into pre-order. It just came with the territory. I saw a lot of fantastic teases here. I take everything that was teased with the Sideshow Con with a grain of salt. I don't hold my breath. I don't plan for anything until it enters pre-order status. And the only thing that has entered pre-order status from Sideshow is the armor. The Mark 50, the Neon Tech, hasn't even gone into pre-order yet. So I pre-ordered the Stormtrooper Commander, pump the brakes and getting 2 packs. Going after the Maju case. Again, I have to. So people have been, collectors have been asking me, what do you think about the teases? What do you think? And I go, it's all cool. It's nothing that I'm losing sleep over. There is a few things from the Mandalorian, like the diorama that I was talking to on Geek and Squad. I think this is incredible. If Hot Toys is able to move forward with an actual diorama piece, I'm all for it. Anything like this that helps stimulate an environment, that helps bring the characters and the figures to life, I'm all for it. They've never done anything like this. And so I would, for something like this, if the Imperial Safe House that went into pre-order, I would probably do this as a day one pre-order, because I've never seen them do something like this before. This is something new. This is something that they're taking a chance on. So I would step up to the plate. I'm like, you know what? This is different. They're probably nervous. They're probably scared. I'll go ahead and I'll day one pre-order this to show them that I'm really interested in this. I really am. But I'm not going to pre-order a day one pre-order a Quill and a Blurg, a 600 whatever roto vinyl cast beast with a little character. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to have my money sit. No, because I think it's just outrageously priced. But something like this, I would definitely would support it. I think it's awesome. But I'm taking it with a grain of salt. We may never see this. We've always seen them tease environments and sets before, but I mean, who knows? We knew we were going to get the Scout Trooper and speeder bike. Most of us in the YouTube community talked about this. We knew that if they were going to invest in the R&D into a Mandalorian speeder bike with the Scout Trooper and with the white, we knew we were going to get an Endor version, and I welcomed it. Anything that can capitalize on Return of the Jedi, one of my favorite movies that I grew up with, I would definitely support. So I would almost say that this is a done deal. It's just a question of when it'll actually go into pre-order status, and then the time frame. What kills me about the speeder bike is that this is probably not going to even make the anniversary. The anniversary for Return of the Jedi is what, 2023? Well, actually, maybe. If it goes into pre-order now, it probably would be able to make the anniversary. See, something like this it's things like this that I really wish that Hot Toys would take into account with an anniversary. Wouldn't it be cool to get something like this on the anniversary date of Return of the Jedi, which was released in summer of 1983? So I would make a conscious effort if I was Hot Toys. Hey, let's capitalize on the anniversary of Return of the Jedi, which was released summer of 1983. Let's capitalize it for the 40th anniversary in 2023, and focus, our efforts on to have this released on that time frame. I think that would be phenomenal. And throw in a few Ewoks in there. Why not? They're throwing in the little stinking Grogu's with everything right now. So why not? Why not? So this to me is a done deal. So I'm not even worried. It's probably going to be the same price. The Grogu's 6-scale figure sets, it's a hit or miss with everybody. This stuff is going to sell. People love this character. He is the token, the symbol of Disney Plus, right under Loki, because I think Loki had high views too on his show. So it only makes sense that we're going to get more versions of Grogu. So I'm probably going to get this. It's probably going to be like $100 or $150 or something like that. So I'm going to probably end up getting it. Waiting for the diecast Neon Tech. Yeah, we're probably, all jokes aside, if they make it, we're probably going to end up buying it too. We're going to complain about it. We're going to complain about a diecast Neon Tech Mando, but we're still probably end up buying it. Yeah, no, I really do. My favorite thing to see. Yeah, I think this right here, the diorama, is phenomenal. It really is. You don't understand with a diorama like that. You can have several. You can have a droid. You can have any Mandalorian character stand in front of that safe house, and it's universal. You can pretend it's Tatooine or anything. It's a great piece. Think about that. If they invest the money in that, they can repaint it into a Tatooine landscape or any type of landscape. They can add on to it. So I would love to see Hot Toys take chances on things like that. I think it would just work beautifully. And what do we have here? My Leia and Wicket set demanded a speeder bike. And yes, I mean, most of us already have the Return of the Jedi Leia and Wicket, so it only makes sense that we would have a speeder bike from the film just to add on it. I think it'll be cool. I'm 100% all for that. And then for all the Boba Fett fans out there, I did tease on this though, the Salacious Crumb. I don't have the photo here. I should have had the photo, but I am on the fence about that. I am aware about that price point too. I don't know. I'm going to pull it off, but I am jonesing for a 1/1 scale Salacious Crumb prop replica. Not going to lie. I am 100% eyeing that. What else? I think that's it. And then Cobb Vanth, and then the 6-scale Cobb Vanth. You see, I know most of you are excited for him. I am not. To me, he's just another bounty hunter with the arsenal of bounty hunters. I have nothing really bad against him, other than I think that he's probably going to be released without a head sculpt. I've been told by people, oh, we're going to get one. Great. I think it would be a lazy shortcut for Hot Toys just to release him with the helmet. But who knows? Who knows? With the 40+ Star Wars pre-orders already en route. I don't know how well he would sell. I know most of the streamers out there, YouTube streamers and community, are really excited for him. There's a difference between excitement and you think it's cool, and then the question of, are you willing to step up to the bat and purchase him, and then his release date and so forth. Because when you have multiple pre-orders coming in, tough choices have to be made. And if it's between Ahsoka Tano and Cobb Vanth on the same week being delivered, you're probably going to go with Ahsoka Tano. So I think for him, it's when he's going to be delivered, his price point. Do you get a head sculpt? There's a lot of variables that I think could make this figure a success or not make it a success. So we just need a little bit more information on Cobb Vanth, so that I can probably kind of gauge his success. If you don't get a head sculpt, I don't think it'll be very successful. I really don't. So I would say a head sculpt would be 100% needed. I talked about the animated adventures of Anakin from that Sideshow's doing in Obi-Wan, and I'm not excited for this. I really am not. It's Sideshow. It's Sideshow, right? Is Sideshow doing it, and then the fabric and the stitching just looks horrendous. The head sculpt looks fine. The animated cartoon features it looks okay. But like I had mentioned earlier on Geeking Out, it bugs the hell out of me when Sideshow feels that they can ask for the exact same amount that Hot Toys is asking for. So yeah, they look good, and at the end of the day, if it's between a Clone Wars Anakin and a toon version of Anakin, most of you are probably going to end up picking the Clone Wars version from Hot Toys and kick this one to the curb and probably use your Sideshow points and some free shipping to kind of sneak him in through the under the radar. I don't understand anything for Cobb Vanth. It's just one of those. Cobb Vanth is just one of those. I don't think we need him. I think there's a lot of other cool characters that have been featured in The Mandalorian. I would love to see more droids, but like I said, it's a hit or miss. Yeah, going back to the whole this is the end of Hong Kong. Yeah, good points you made. I don't blame Sasha. I feel the same way. This is the second time just has been a controversial situation with a toy company. Yeah, see, and that whole thing, it's always it's very controversial. It's very, what's the word? Sketchy when a Hong Kong retailer such as Toys Wonderland has a YouTuber creator on the payroll that is their voice and speaks for them. But it would make sense. I mean, he clearly has a vested interest with them. So why wouldn't he lobby in their best interest, right? So that's why it becomes a little bit very like a tightrope. It's very, very, very tricky. Animated. Yeah, 189 for the animated, sure. Sideshow is clearly going to charge you 200 something bucks for that, or 250. There's just no way. Didn't they say that Salacious Crumb was $4,000 and then some? Well, it hasn't gone into pre-order yet on the Salacious Crumb. I am aware of their priciness, but I can dream, right? I don't know how I'm going to be able to sneak in a $4,000 puppet. I don't know. I just don't know how I'm going to pull that off without getting in trouble. I think the last big purchase I got that I got flack from the boss was the Sideshow Rancor. Yeah, she sees the Hot Toys coming in, but that Rancor, yeah, I got a few comments. Yeah, I got let's just say it was tough to sneak in the Rancor without going through an audit. Let's see here. What do we got here? And that's it. Is this it? This is such a snooze. And look at this, the graveyard. And as you scroll down, it's the graveyard. Oh, this is depressing. This is why I hate this page. I hate this Sideshow page. This is just the what ifs. I hate the graveyard part of the coming soon. It's just, to me, they should delete it. For me, it should be, it should just be erased. It should be, what's the word? When a Loki in the world, what's the word? When you, oh shoot, I can't think of the word. Erase somebody. What's the word? Oh, somebody help me. Please, somebody help me. What is the word in the Loki series when you take the stick and you, is it discharge them? Is it erase them? Is it purge them? It's not purge, is it? Oh, somebody out there. What's the word? Pruned. Thank you. Thank you, Deadly. I knew there was a word. Pruned. Yes, pruned. You get points, Deadly. Pruned. Yes, these relics from the past, they need to be pruned from the timeline. I don't enjoy this. This is stupid. Oh, coming soon. No, this is no. Move it along. Move it along. Quit showing off. We're not going to get any like this, like crap like this, like Poe Dameron. Really? Are we still holding our breath for this? This needs to get pruned from the timeline. This needs to get pruned. This whole graveyard, as you scroll down, it's just it's depressing. Poe Dameron's never going to be made. Never. They're going to erase. No, Scarlet Witch. And as you go down, oh, I do want I would take another Doc Brown though. Oh, but you know what? We are going to be getting this, aren't we? So, as in the Loki series, certain things that are pruned may have an opportunity to come back. So, I stand behind this. I think this is a done deal. They're going to wait for the right date or something. We're going to get the Cyborg. So I'm excited for this. So I guess not everything in the graveyard is a lost relic in time. But let's go back up. Let's not talk about the graveyard. Fennec. Oh, man. What do you think? You think we're going to get a Fennec Shand? You think we're going to get a Fennec Shand? Of course we are. Why not? Why not? They're throwing everything on the wall that sticks with the Mandalorian. There's no reason why we're not going to get a Fennec Shand. There's just no. I just don't not see. Especially since you're already committing to a clean version of Boba Fett on that chair on Jabba's throne, right? You're going to want to create that iconic end scene of what, 20 seconds when they were on that chair? I think someone said it was less than 10 seconds as the camera pans away. This little momentous 10-second as a camera pans out just to get Boba Fett on that chair is what, $400+. And you're going to need a Fennec Shand to complete that iconic pose. Yeah, no. I'll probably get her. I'll get her on discount with a coupon. I'm going to buy her. I'm not going to day one pre-order. You kids out there can run up and day one pre-order, and then when they sit as dead stock on Sideshow, then I'll come in with a swoop. I'll add some Sideshow points, get her for free shipping. I would love to have a female Star Wars rogue villain like her in my collection. I'm not asking for her. I'm not losing sleep. I'm not like my buddy Pete Aries where we need Mace Windu. And I go, I'm going to do it. No, I'm not going to lose any sleep. But I would welcome her into my collection. Yeah, I would love to have more villains and rogue female versions of the Star Wars universe in my collection. I really would. Yeah, I would, but I'm not gonna chase her. And I've said it before. I make fun of Boba Fett in the chair. I'll probably end up getting him because that is furniture from Jabba's palace, and I love Jabba the Hutt. I love Jabba's palace. I love Return of the Jedi, and it'll force me to buy it just because I want that chair. I know it's weird, isn't it? I'm more excited for the chair that he's sitting in because It's an iconic, it's now an iconic lore piece that's associated with Jabba and his palace. So that, to me, I would want more. I'll end up getting him too. I'll have him in the background, sweeping it or mopping, or I'll have him working the rotisserie grill in the back or something. I'll have him do some menial task, but and I'll have somebody cool sitting in the chair. I'll probably have Luke, Jedi Luke, sitting in the chair, or even Leia in the bikini, sitting in that chair. I'll make it work. I'll be creative. Yeah, the throne. I know. I got someone said, like, really, you're only going to buy this? Like, yeah, I'm going to buy it for the throne. I love props. It's tough to be in this community, and I want furniture. For me, I want to bring my characters, my figures to life. It's one of the reasons I built Joker's Palace in the back. I like sets. When you have a module case of this size, it opens up the world. It lets you be more creative. It opens up the possibilities to display your items so much more in a lifelike setting. So anything like that with props, I love it. I eat it up all the time. Prune eradicated. No, single sign. Did you say? Come on, single sign. It's not eradicated. I feel lucky. I'm going back. Let me look at some questions. Another pop culture is yes, pop culture is another company maybe we're talking about that the end of Hong Kong. Yes, I have been told that they're on the radar as well too. There's a lot behind it. I'm reading some. Waiting. All right, I'm going. I will love Cobb Vanth. I love Timothy. More Ballard. I do want the bounty hunters. I'll eat up those bounty hunters. LOL can't hide in the box. Pop culture is getting it from Sideshow, I believe. Maybe. I'm not sure. I've never purchased anything from pop culture, so I can't speak from experience as using their services or anything like that. All right, let's go back. Prune, you guys all got it. But I gave the points to Lee. He got the pruned, yes. Hopefully with head sculpt. New York possibility. Yes. New York is a possibility after it was created in New York. Yes, I haven't decided or not if I'm going to be attending the New York Comic-Con because of the current situation in our world and the restrictions. And I know New York, the rules there are it's very strict. So I haven't decided yet. Since I typically will save my pennies to travel to San Diego to do the San Diego Comic-Con, which is such an expensive show. Every year I was attending it. It would always increase. It's such an expensive show. I mean, to attend, but I loved it. So much fun. Something about seeing the people being in that. It's just so much fun. It is expensive to attend the San Diego Comic-Con. It's so expensive though. And it's still weird for me that this will be year 2 that I won't be attending, because I've always attended that show since 2006. I've never missed it. It's one of my retreats. So I thought about maybe possibly attending the New York Comic-Con and attend that. And I got the okay. I need the push. And what I mean by push is, if I was to attend the New York Comic-Con, would it provide a benefit to me? Will I see things there that have not been shown in these little Toy Fair streams? Does that make sense? I like to see things in person. I like to see prototypes in person. That's one of the perks about attending these shows, is that I got to see something that will never, ever be made. So I need to do a little bit more research, because from what I understand, the New York Comic-Con is not as big as the San Diego Comic-Con. So I haven't decided if it's worth spending the money on that yet. Came back from the graveyard. The tank commander came back. We're getting the Fennec, especially with the book of Boba. Oh, yeah, and then some. Yeah, we're going to get her. Fennec Shan is coming because she's listed as the co-star of Boba. Yeah, no, I agree. We're going to get her. I like to pre-order certain figures because the line not having to wait 1,000 orders. Prey one. I see that someone makes the Java for the greats, but it was back in December 2020. I'm considering the Sideshow Jabba. What do you think that'll be? I love my Sideshow Jabba. That's one of the things. As much flack as I give Sideshow with their 1/6 scale figures, I think Sideshow does a horrendous malpractice job on 1/6 scale figures. They've, decades later, they still can't crack the DNA code sequencing to making a high quality 1/6 scale figure. Something that Hot Toys mastered by 2013 by the Ben Kingsley The Mandalorian, which was the one with that head sculpt that just, like, I thought it was Ben freaking Kingsley as the Mandalorian. It's the Mandarin, the Mandarin from Iron Man 3. So Hot Toys cracked the code to making a phenomenal 1/6 scale figure. And Sideshow, decades later, they're still twiddling their thumbs, but they do make great statues. They do. Their department is clearly different or segregated from their 1/6 scale, because I love my Sideshow Jabba the Hutt, and I do like the Rancor, the Sideshow Rancor. I love it. It's such a beautiful piece. They did such a great freaking job on the Rancor, that it's mind blowing. It really is. With you on that, Denobi. I love making scenes, and yeah, it's all about the scenes. I love the scenes. I did. Did you see the 5-day window for the exclusives? I did, Kev's Funk. I talked about that. I told the folks at the time that their Jedi mind tricks will not work on me. Those little 5-day trickery does not work on me. I'm a little bit better than that. You shall not influence me. Absolutely not. Super Battle Droid. I don't have the photos here. They're not showing the photos, are they? That's an easy win for me. I love droids. I love Star Wars droids. It's coming home. It's true about the limited purchase winning the Boba. Do you want the Razor Crest hologram? No, I'm not losing any sleep over that. Over any type of exclusive. I want the best deal. All right. I want it all. I want probably 95% of these Star Wars pre-orders. I do. I want all the Stormtroopers. I want every bit one of them. And so I have to strategize. I have to plan so that I don't run the risk of tapping out or possibly passing up on a figure so that I can get another figure. So it's just a lot of planning, Razor Crest. I got the Commander Cody and the Boba Fett from Sideshow along with the Han Solo and Carbonite. We need another Joker's Palace storyline. I think we do. I think we really, really do. Yeah. We really, really do. Yeah. a lot of stuff here. So I think that's about it. There's I think I talked about most. Hopefully the first part of the stream you were able to catch up on the hopefully explain the whole Sideshow and the whole Toys Wonderland debacle there. Oh, you know what I forgot to mention too? I was told by Sarah, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I do believe it, that the website for Toys Wonderland was hosted here in the U.S. And if that's the case, they technically would be breaking the law within trade agreements. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, that was the other thing too. You can go to any server, you can go to any site, but you're in Hong Kong though. I don't know how. I mean, if you're doing shady things as a retailer, you probably wouldn't want your retail site to be hosted on a CCP's server. I don't think I would want that on a CCP. For those of you, I don't want to say it because I don't want to get the video flag, but I think most of you, yes. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yes, that's been told by several people. I forgot to mention that. That if you're running a retail, you're probably going to want to host it on a USA's server. Yeah, Shopify. That's a US based server, United States based server. But if you're not hosting it on a US based server, your other option would be on a CCP's server, and yeah, they would probably spy on you and steal your secrets if you were using one of those. So I don't want to. I'm hoping that my audience understands what CCP stands for. I just don't want to say it because I don't want to get flagged by YouTube, and then B, I don't want to trigger their party to come after me. Yes, single. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. You know exactly what that means. But yeah. So play devil's advocate. There's always two sides to every story. Always. And there's a lot of YouTubers out there that I follow, that I respect, but there's always two sides to a story. So, and I listened to a lot of streams today. So that's, hopefully I titled this video right. This is part 2. This is a part 2 video because part 1 was done by Optical 20, and I had reached out to him. We were talking, and he pushed me. He's like, Denver, we need to do this, because I think Optical did a great job playing devil's advocate on the whole topic, where everybody is pointing fingers at everybody. And I look at it this way. It's a aggressive retail landscape right now. Only the strongest will survive. I don't want anything bad to happen to I don't want Sideshow to go away. I did one of my last live streams with Toys R Us on my channel, where it broke my heart. I mean, my eyes watered when I walked a Toys R Us for the very last time, knowing that I'll never be able to walk another Toys R Us. So we need to stop thinking that everything is solid. This world we live in, especially coming out of 2020, the rules are different. The game is different. And only the strong will survive, and you have to be able to adapt on your feet. So, will the middleman? The question is, no. No. The question is, I don't think so. I don't. They'll probably show back up again under a different name. They'll use a different name or something. It'll be Toys Fantasyland, and then it'll be Toys Frontierland, then it'll be Toys Adventureland, and then they'll go through all those names, and which I would be I would be skeptical. I would, it's kind of, that saying, it's under new management. I would, instead of clutching my pearls, I'd be clutching my wallet. Do you feel such a make a public statement to the community or not, or is that bad? No, hell no. No, why should they? They don't have to. They don't owe you any. They don't owe us anything. All right. This is legal mumbo jumbo stuff that's happening behind curtains, and we as collectors in the community, we all have our 2 cents, and we tend to speculate and attack what we don't understand. And you just need to understand that everything works with license. Everything is licensing. It's how this world runs, and distribution rights and every other toy manufacturer follows exact. Hasbro does it, Mattel does it, Prime One Studio does it. Hot Toys. Oh, what's Hot Toys? Hot Toys, they're getting paid, right? They're not gonna stand in Sideshow's way. Why would they? Right? They have access to a U.S. distributor that is selling to the United States, right? They have to use us. They have to use Sideshow, right? Everybody, why can't they sell directly to us? Well, probably a language barrier. would be my first guess, right? I've met Howard Chan twice at San Diego Comic-Con. He speaks one word of English. Every time I've ever met him, he's usually with a translator next to him, right? You know, contrary to popular belief, not everybody who lives in Hong Kong speaks good English, except Budget Stark, though. Budget Stark always had Anthony. You guys remember Budget Stark? His English was always suave and debonair. He was when he spoke, it was like it's like a ASMR video, just somewhat soothing, right? Just captivating. But not everybody speaks like Budget Stark out there. Like I said, the two times I've met Howard Chan, I shook his hands, and if I had a question, I had to ask his interpreter, which was a lady. When she'd be able to, she would tell him the question, and he would give an answer to her, and so forth. So, how many in Hot Toys and the company actually speaks English? That's language barrier is a real thing, right? So you have Sideshow's phenomenal customer service. They have their live chats. They have their telephone support. That plays a big part. It plays a huge part. So I hope he's well. I hope so too. I should reach out to him, like the good old days. Well, you know what? I think I'm done. I think the midnight run has ended. I've shared my thoughts. I'm always gonna play devil's advocate. Always. SS. I'm your father. No, that's not fair. Toys law. I'm reading. I'm eating this comments. Hey, single songwriter, why are you still up? What? Aren't you? Isn't it like 3 or 4 in the morning? Where you? All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it. I haven't done anything in my collection. I don't think you guys have seen my collection, right? I don't think I have anything else to show to end this. Let me see right here. Oh, sorry. Right. I mean, nothing's really changed, right? A little bit. Hopefully this image is coming in clean. Laser and that's right, Clipper King. That's right, Clipper King on. Oh, what's the image looking? Hopefully this image is coming in nice. Yeah. Anyway, I work tomorrow, and I think I'm going to end it. Stream the other night during the Black Widow. Another great stream. Thank you for everybody. I love your Back to the Future play. Thank you. That's right. Clipper King music after midnight. Yeah. It's interesting how most of us tend to think better after midnight. See you, folks.